Next, we'll be joined by Massachusetts State Representative Dylan Fernandez with reaction to migrants being flown to Martha's Vineyard. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis taking credit for sending 2 planes carrying undocumented migrants to Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts. The statement from his office said, quote, Florida can confirm the 2 planes with illegal immigrants that arrived in Martha's Vineyard today were part of the state's relocation program to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary destinations. An estimated 50 migrants arrived on the island Wednesday afternoon. Local officials were not notified ahead of time, and the community scrambled to accommodate them. Joining us now is Democratic State Representative for Martha's Vineyard, Dylan Fernandez. He is on the ground helping set up shelters for migrants. Sir, thank you for being with us this morning. Can you just tell us what happened and how the island is mobilizing to respond to this?
Yeah, it's good to be with you. This is an island community that sprang into action as soon as these immigrants arrived. We put together shelter, we put together 50 beds, food, water, healthcare services, and have been marshaling resources around interpretation services, immigration attorneys, trying to get people the help and support that they need. There was no heads up that these people were coming. But as soon as they arrived, this community came together as a community that supports immigrants. And right now, everyone is healthy, has the resources that they need, are being served breakfast right now by the church. They're going to have lunch being served by their school system here. And so we're doing everything we can to support these children, women, and families that showed up.
How are they doing? If you had a chance to communicate with these some 50 people of all ages, including children?
Well, look, a lot of these people are confused. Some were told that they were going to New York. They were told that when they got here, they'd be met by people to give them jobs and a place to live. When these planes arrived, there was no heads up to the local community at all. And so these people had to walk several miles just to get to a place, Martha's Vineyard Community Services, to alert them that they needed help. I mean, just think about that. Think about the governor of Florida, one of the largest states in the nation, spending his time hatching a secret plot to ship up 50 immigrants here, families, children as young as 4, and use them as political pawns just so he could get on Tucker Carlson and beat his chest about how he's tough on immigration. He is a coward. And the real story here is about the island community that has rallied to come together to support these people. They represent the best of what America has to offer.
And look, there are people who live on Martha's Vineyard year round. It's also a very exclusive vacation destination, and it's made famous by the fact that former President Obama has a very luxurious property there, as do a number of well-known people. Why do you think the governor chose Martha's Vineyard?
Well, he chose it just as a political talking point. The truth is, this is an island of immigrants. A third of our school system here is minority. We have 20% of our students here who are ELL students, English as a second language students. The growth in population here over the past decade from the last census is almost entirely from immigrants. This is an incredibly diverse and welcoming community. We always will be. And we're going to continue that tradition.
Representative,
and so,
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just reading some of the things you've been writing over the last several hours. And you've been talking about the faith of some of the people who've been making these decisions. What do you mean exactly?
Well, look, we have, a person here and Republicans who claim to be of the Christian faith, that claim to be wanting to help one another, help the most vulnerable, and to ship families here, children here on a lie and use them as political pawns is a truly inhumane thing to do. What is humane is our local church here, St. Andrew's Parish, that put these people up, that is housing 50 people overnight, that is serving them breakfast this morning. We are helping our neighbors here. We are helping the most vulnerable. And we're an island community, and we're a state in Massachusetts that is proud to do that.
State Representative Dylan Fernandez, we appreciate you being with us this morning, and we'll keep an eye on this story as Martha's Vineyard is obviously figuring out this process of accommodating these migrants that they were not told were coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Florida's Republican Governor Ron DeSantis taking credit for sending 2 plane loads of asylum seekers to Martha's Vineyard without notice, leaving Massachusetts officials scrambling to find them shelter. The governors of Texas and Arizona have bused thousands of migrants to other states in recent weeks. This is history. All of your documentaries are about history.
Yeah.
But all of them also make you think about where we are now. And we woke up to the news this morning that Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida sent 2 plane loads of migrants to Martha's Vineyard off the coast of Massachusetts, including kids and whatnot. And I'm not saying this is not a one-for-one. This is not a parallel here in any way. But it does address some of the same themes that are part of this documentary.
Well,
Kevin,
it's
I wonder if you
the abstraction of human life. It's basically saying that you can use a human life that is as valuable as yours or mine or Lynn's, and to put it in a position of becoming a political pawn in somebody's authoritarian game. This is the coming straight out of the authoritarian playbook. This is what's so disturbing about DeSantis, is to use human beings, to weaponize human beings for a political purpose. It's like when somebody disagrees with him in Florida, like the Walt Disney Company, he punishes them. This is not the actions of a person participating in a democratic process in which there's an exchange of ideas. This is about punishing political enemies, putting on political theater. And in this case, this is with the lives of human beings. And what's so ironic is these are Venezuelan refugees, which DeSantis should be supporting because they're trying to flee the corruption of a left-wing government and all of the pain there. And so the level of cynicism is beyond that. And what we find in all our films is that the themes that we engage in the past are present today. And so when you look at the story that we're telling of the U.S. and the Holocaust, you understand that the time to save a democracy is before it's lost. We promise you.